New details of the state's battle against forever chemicals pollution. North Carolina's Attorney General is joining 13 other states to push against federal efforts to roll back PFAS reporting standards. AG Jeff Jackson says the Environmental Protection Agency is proposing exceptions that would exempt nearly 98% of businesses from reporting PFAS levels in their products. Jackson says in part, quote, "The EPA shouldn't be helping companies that hide what kinds of toxic chemicals they're using. We know what PFAS damage looks like in North Carolina, and we need these companies to be more responsible," end quote. Jackson's office has filed several lawsuits against DuPont and Chemours over PFAS contamination in the Cape Fear River. It was caused by its plant in Bladen County. PFAS have been linked to increased risks of several cancers, birth defects, and other health problems.